Pakistani Senator Afrasiab Khattak. He's in Islamabad. So thank you so much for coming on to the program. Now, we heard there from Hassan talking about the economic challenges facing Afghanistan and the Taliban. Of course, over $1 billion has been pledged in aid to Afghanistan. The Taliban wants that aid without conditions. Do you think that this is realistic?
I don't think it's realistic because international community has very serious reservations about Taliban's ability to govern in a civilized way. So far, what we have seen is a militant governance without any constitution, without any law. And Taliban's faction have clearly problems in forming a government. As your correspondent was saying, I would just like to add to what he said. Actually, there are two major factions among Taliban. First is the Kandahar Shura or Quetta Shura, people from Greater Kandahar, southwest of Afghanistan. They have claims to be old Taliban, the old guard. And there is Haqqani network. They are from the southeast of Afghanistan. They are very close to Pakistan's security state. So you see, these two groups have problems on power. And that's why Mullah Abdul Ghani Biradar, a very well-known figure who was heading the Doha political office of Taliban, is missing from a few days. They deny he's getting injured, etc. But he is mysteriously missing, and his denials are coming in writing or on audio tapes. So people do have questions. That's why international community would like to see how do they treat women, how are they violating or not violating rights, particularly in Panjshir, in Kandahar, in Malistan, Ghazni, where there are serious reports of war crimes, and Afghans are demanding a UN-mandated investigation into these allegations.
And of course, while all of this is happening, so many people in Afghanistan are living below the poverty line. As you mentioned, the UN warning that if things don't change, you're going to have 80% of the country who really can't even afford to feed themselves. The Taliban needs that international recognition. They need the economic situation to improve and for the economy to actually start again. Do you think that they are going to get that international recognition, especially from some of their neighbors who have reportedly in some ways been supporting the Taliban all along?
Well, Talibans are blackmailing international community in view of the sufferings of humanity in Afghanistan. Yes, the world must help Afghans, and the world must make sure that Afghans do get assistance, international assistance, but the UN and other international bodies must also make sure that this aid and assistance reaches Afghans. There should be monitoring. There should be some access to the people and monitoring of the distribution of this aid. And secondly, Taliban should not behave like hijackers of an aeroplane who use the hostages for getting concessions. I think Taliban should now behave very responsibly if they really regard themselves to be ruling a country. They have to change their militant governance. They have to grow out of their extremist and fanatic ideology, which is very difficult. But I mean, the world must demand and the world must see as to how are they treating women and common people in Afghanistan.
Afrasiab Khattak, thank you so much for your insight, speaking to us there from Islamabad.
Thank you for having me.